has been on the decline here a bit. That doesn't mean it will stay that way. And look, so many ways he can impact the team as well. Not always just about the scoring.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Washington out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Christie. Then it's Flagg. And it's Nembhard in at point guard. And for the Jazz, we've got Yusuf Nurkic. Bailey out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then it's Keontae George. And it's Mikhailuk in at the 2 spot. Well, Greg, hadn't this been a fun season so far? And it feels like the highlights just become more and more spectacular.
And that's because these guys are so competitive, trying to constantly one-up each other. And the fans are the beneficiary.
Here's Bailey. Outside, George. On it, sent back by Washington. In the corner, it's Flagg. Nembhard with it. Davis down low. He's guarded by Markkanen. Just 5 to shoot. Flagg misses the 3. And so Markkanen will bring it up for the Jazz. About a minute played so far here in the first. Bailey with a wide open look. And the 3 off target. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Will Hardy gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. We briefly discussed Anthony Davis and what he wants his team to do against him, and Coach said to make him into a jump shooter. I think if we can make the majority of his shots jumpers and keep him away from the rim, we should be in good shape. Easier said than done, but we'll see what happens. Back to you.
And Allie, thanks so much. And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Outside, George. Back to Markkanen. Shoots over Washington. Bank shot, no good. For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And it's Davis finishing it off.
And he'll get a head of steam when there's that much of a lane. You can't get in AD's way.
For Utah, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Pass to Bailey. Back to Markkanen. Shot clock at 5. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Physical play from Markkanen through the defender.
Mavericks leading by 3. And Stan, Utah has been all about basketball. Up until last year, the Jazz the only major professional sporting franchise in the state.
Yeah, now they've got hockey, but from the venerated days of Stockton and Malone in the 80s, basketball has become effectively the state sport of Utah.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
Pass to Christie.
I see him.
They set the pick. Takes the 3. Rebound, Utah. And this matchup with Dallas, it's their first meeting of the season.
And they won the season series against this club last year, but, then again, so did a lot of other teams.
So good to see Markkanen using force on his finish.
Here's Nembhard after the made shot from Lauri Markkanen. Here's Flagg. It's hauled in by George.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
Now, here's George. Had a tough time getting going against the Thunder. He was a non-factor in that game. Here's Markkanen. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Davis with it. He's guarded by Nurkic. And here is Davis. Saw him with 29 points last game. Dallas, no good that time either. Greg, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking it.
Markkanen against Washington. Left side, Markkanen. On the wing, George. He's someone who's a factor on any given night, averaging more than 22 points a game. Mavericks trail by 3. Here's Washington. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
So the Jazz, their last game, a loss to Oklahoma City. Back to George. Outside, Markkanen. Over Washington. Markkanen can't get it to go.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. It's maybe not their best option there.
Kept alive, and it's Davis finishing it off.
And using his length, getting in close to stuff it down. That's just too easy.
Pass to Mikhailuk. George sets a screen. The Jazz again can't hit it. Dallas has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Washington, that's good. And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. It's a 3-point game. Markkanen sets the pick for George. Off target from outside. So for Dallas, their last game a win against Houston. No one covering. Washington's got 7 points.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Here now, the 2K leaderboard, showing us the best passing teams in the NBA over the course of the last month. The Jazz second.
And what stands out during this recent stretch is just how well they passed the basketball. I mean, this is a club that has become really unselfish.
Here's Mikhailuk. Hasn't made one yet. Bailey, he's open. Hits the jumper in space. Mavericks leading by 4. Pass to Flag. Nembhard sets the pick for Flag. The 9-foot shot. And they get it back.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Mikhailuk. Now, Nurkic, a look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. And here's George for 3. And it's Flag with the rebound.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
It's Nembhard on the wing. Dallas moving it around. Pass to Davis. A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. A three-pointer off the mark. Jazz trail by 6. Markkanen looking it over. Here's Mikhailuk. Over Flag. A nice shot by Mikhailuk.
Yeah, really nice to see Markkanen keeping his head up and finding the open teammate.
Coach, you and I were just talking about this the other day. We don't see many finished players in the NBA. I know Lowry is proud of that.
Well, he should be, Kevin, because he's not only a great player, but he's probably a role model for everybody in Finland and proving that you can come from anywhere now in the NBA and make yourself into a great player if you have both the skill and the desire to do so.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball following the three-pointer by Utah. Flag with it. Really played well against Houston in his last outing. Washington, that's good.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
Back to George. Pass to Markkanen. Over to the wing. Outside, George. Just 5 on the clock. Fires the 3. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
And developing that three-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
The Mavericks leading. Here's Nembhard. Loads it up for Davis. And Davis throws it down.
And with his length and athleticism, Davis is a constant lob threat.
Jazz have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Pass to Nurkic. To the middle. Outside, George. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Washington with it. Bailey picks him up. Now, Nembhard. Now, here is Davis. 8 points for him. Pass to Washington. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Well, Markkanen's put in the work, and he's got no trouble absorbing some contact.
First team foul.
Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Sensabaugh is checked in, and it's Collier in for Mikhailuk. That one drops. He ties it up.
Yeah, it's hard to remember that Markkanen had a slow start to his pro career because now he's a candidate for the 50, 40, 90 club almost every year.
Now, here is Russell. They get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
That's a nice shot, helping to space the floor for his team.
Here's Collier. Markkanen from outside. It's rebounded by Dallas. Davis has got 5 rebounds tonight. 1:30 left here in the first quarter. Davis setting the pick for Russell. Back to Davis. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. And now a 5-point Maverick lead.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Here's Sensabaugh from downtown. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Dallas Mavericks. Coming into this, having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
I like their aggressiveness in that one. No one's going to give you anything. You've got to go out and take it.
Well, those are the kinds of performances you hope carry over into some momentum for this one.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Pass the flag. We've got 33 seconds left in the first. Here's Davis. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Now, here's George. He has 7. George with a screen on Washington. Markkanen from outside. And it's Flag with the rebound. Pass to Russell. Now Flag from past the arc. It's not going to go for him. Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders from Dallas. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. We've got more in store for you right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Dallas.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, We've got Williams. Daniel Gafford is out there with Najee Marshall. And it's Thompson, and it's Russell in at the 1 spot.
And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers for Williams. He's averaging 11 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
Yeah, look, it's not about being a stat stuffer. It's about being a guy coaches can count on and an asset to the team as a whole.
And Utah making a change here. Sheboy's checked in. Pass to Filipowski. Jazz passing it around. Here's Collier, still without a basket.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Right side, Russell. And yes, it's good. Russell's got the lead up to 7 now for the Mavs.
Feeling out the pick and roll. Russell never looks like he's in a hurry.
Here's Collier. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
Russell with the bucket.
It's all about confidence at the arc. Russell shooting with aggression out of the corner.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. The Utah Jazz are going young, but this is a franchise that has a winning history, and that culture is still around. Coach Will Hardy said, the messaging doesn't change. The players have bought into the little things that takes to win. This is a cohesive group that's committed to helping each other. Back to you.
Building the right way. Thanks a lot, Allie. And again for 3.
And would you believe he's nearing 4th place for most three-pointers of all time?
I cannot believe it. Not only does he have the talent, but he never stops working on his shot. This guy is something else. Pass to Collier. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Dallas leading by 11, but 3. Filipowski grabs the board. Utah's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Here's Collier. He's guarded by Russell. Unloads from 13. And it's Collier missing.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Russell inside. Gafford sets the pick for Russell. Offline with his 3. Jazz trail by 11. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Here's Sensabaugh. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Stan, teams track different officiating crews, don't they, and how they tend to call the game.
Yeah, they do, Kevin, and there are some organizations who do it more than others. I'm not a fan of it myself because I think it puts your players' focus on the officials and takes away from focusing on what they're supposed to be doing on the court. So I'm not a big fan of it.
Davis, the pass to Christie. In the corner, it's Gafford. Back to Davis. Lock at 6. The jump hook. Davis owning the paint and gets it to go.
And just a good job of getting a high percentage look. Davis knows how to put himself in position to attack. And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. And so it's Dallas with it. After the basket by Utah. Pass to Thompson. Here's the three. Thompson with the three.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter. Shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
Outside, Markkanen. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Markkanen's got 12 in the game. Here's Christie. To Nembhard. Outside, Davis. Ignoring the contact, Anthony Davis.
Yeah, the added muscle Davis has put on, helping him on these tough finishes, flexing on him there. And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of those.
Here's Nembhard following the bucket by the Jazz. Oh, Thompson, tough shot.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
Pass to Bailey. Three-pointer, and the three ball is good. Bailey's got 5 points in the quarter.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. So it's Utah now, following the score by Dallas. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Bailey. And the rejection by Gafford. Nembhard, the pass to Thompson. Nembhard checks the pick for Thompson. From the arc. Rebound, Utah. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, but then another. Really the story of the game.
Yeah, they just committed too many mistakes at both ends. But credit their opponent for being disruptive.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. After the missed three from Klay Thompson. The shot by Filipowski, no good. Dallas leading by 10. Pass to Davis. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. For the Jazz, Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Filipowski, and Georgia subbed in for Collier. P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Dallas. Flag comes in for Thompson. Here's George. He has 7. Pass to Nurkic. And they call an illegal screen here.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Now, Nembhard. Flag with it. Over Bailey. Again, the Mavericks score.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Jazz trail by 14. And here's George. Nurkic the pass to Bailey. And stolen by Flag. And here we go. Fast break. Flag's got it. And Flag throws it down.
No hesitation. He just takes off and takes it the distance.
Well, the best way to attack is in transition. He recognizes that.
George sets a screen. Good on the triple. Mikhailov's got 5 now.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Pass to Flag. It's up a 3. And it's hauled in by Lauri Markkanen. Markkanen's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Mikhailov. Markkanen in the corner. Now Bailey. Shot clock at 6. For the 3. That's in, and the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Markkanen.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Nembhard, and here's Washington outside.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Markkanen finds Nurkic. Markkanen passes to Mikhailov. Now Bailey. Puts up a deep 3. The Mavericks pull it in. Davis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And it's good, 2 points.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
And over 3 years in high school, Anthony Davis shot up from being 6'2" to 6'10". But Greg, he brought those guard skills with him.
And Kevin, that transformation as a pro also significant. Adding over 30 pounds to his frame. And with his wingspan over 7'5", he is a physical presence.
Outside, George. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
George, no good on the free throw.
An intriguing young talent. George's upside as a scorer is especially enticing.
And it's Flag missing.
I'm not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from George.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Now, here's Washington. A 14-point game for him in the win against Houston.
Well, and the amount of turnovers he forced as well. Very aggressive on the defensive end.
Here's George. Markkanen kicks to Nurkic. Nice ball movement by Utah. Markkanen a screen on Nembhard. The 3 from George. And Davis pulls it down.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Pass to Flag. A rebound by the Jazz.
Well, you look at the score in this game, it's not reflective of the night he's had. He's struggled.
Yep, it goes. And the Dallas lead is cut down to just 6 points and the bucket from Bailey. Fires from way outside. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that concludes the first half. Lead by 6. Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
I'm here with PJ Washington. PJ, what will be the key for you guys defensively in the second half?
Not letting them get easy routes to the basket and contesting their shots, rebounding, and not letting them get second chance points.
Comes back to the fundamentals, guys.
Allie, thank you for that interview. And now we're at halftime. And we'll be back to bring you more basketball after this.
Welcome, everybody. The story tonight has been a solid showing through the first half for the Dallas Mavericks.
What's impressed me, Ernie, is the ball movement. You need to make that extra pass to get good looks.
Assists have been key for them. I'm sure they'd like to replicate that down the stretch. And time for a look here at how the West is shaping up as we continue to work our way through this season.
Looking at Dallas, they knew it was going to be a tough year, and I got to say it's been hard to watch them fight, looking through all these challenges. You hope they're learning something out there. Challenging times for the franchise.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They trail by 6. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Nurkic is out there with Markkanen. Then there's Bailey. Then it's George. And it's Mikhailuk in at the 2. And that's the group for Will Hardy as they begin the second half. And here is Davis after the three-pointer from Lauri Markkanen. And it's Davis missing.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
George looking around for the tie. And it's Flagg with the rebound. Flagg's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Christie. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Flagg. Here's Nembhard. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got 3 assists in the game. Outside, Markkanen fires for 3. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Washington passes to Nembhard. Back to Washington. And here is Davis. He's guarded by Markkanen. Takes it from 10. And it's Davis missing. Jazz trail by 6. George passes to Bailey. Back to George. On the wing, Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
Yeah, Markkanen staying after it. He has got it going.
Mavericks leading by 4. Pass to Washington. Now Flagg. High post, Davis. Lays it up and banks it in. Davis has got 20.
Wow, Davis putting on his hard hat and just going to work inside. What contact?
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Pass to Mikhailuk. And here's George. 6 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. Offensive rebound. Second chance shot. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And that's one of the things Nurkic does so well. Absorb contact and still be in control.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
How about the numbers for Jusuf Nurkic? He's putting up about 8 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
Yeah, when a shot is missed, he has got great instincts for where the ball is going.
Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. Dallas moving it around. Christie finds Davis. And he uses the glass on the layup. That's now 22 points for Davis.
And when Davis gets going, you are in trouble because he will just power through you to get to his spots.
Here's Mikhailuk. He has 5. Outside, George sinks the triple. George has got 14.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the 3.
Nembhard the pass to Davis. Count the basket and the foul. It's going to be on Jusuf Nurkic.
Overall this quarter, he's getting good looks, and he's taking advantage.
The Mavericks shooting their first foul shot of the night.
One shot.
And when healthy, Davis remains an absolute force in this league on both sides of the ball.
Outside, George. Outside, Markkanen. Six on the shot clock. Back to George. Jacks up a 3. The Mavericks pull it in. At one point, they led by 16. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And it's Washington missing.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Pass to Bailey. Here's Mikhailuk. And stolen by Christie. Here's Davis. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Ace Bailey.
And one of the best big men in the game, Davis continuing to prove how dominant he is.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis. And so he makes both from the line. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. 7-point differential. Washington against Markkanen. To the inside. Here's Nurkic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
A physical big, Nurkic embracing, going up and attracting the contact when he's trying to score.
And he knocks down the first one.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
And both free throws good for Nurkic. Now, Nembhard. He's got 8. Pass to Flag. Davis against Nurkic. Nurkic with the block.
And that 7'2" wingspan for Nurkic, he can just gobble up shots. He knocks that one away with authority.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
First one falls for him.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
And he makes the first, but misses the second. Jazz trail by 6. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForge on the sideline.
Thank you. Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, "When someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, that's the Dirk. Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri." Kevin?
Ooh, that's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You take a look at the Mavericks. They're still struggling, trying to string something together, getting a lot of wins. The competition, though, so tough. And checking out Utah, sitting directly below him, just one spot down. Mavericks leading by 3. Nembhard with it. 8 points for him. Here's Christie. Davis setting the pick for Christie. Dallas again missing. For Utah, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Now Bailey. 12 points for him. A nice shot by McCullough.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
For Dallas, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. It's Davis on the wing. To Nembhard. Here's Christie. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
3 points.
Christie's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Markkanen a screen on Nembhard. George passes to Bailey. Now Nurkic. Nice ball movement by Utah. 5 on the clock. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Three-pointer, Markkanen. It's rebounded by Dallas. Davis has got 11 rebounds in the game. Pass to Flag. And Davis now top of the key. Another 3 for Dallas.
He's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Kyle Filipowski's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. And Dallas also making a switch. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Anthony Davis. And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. They trail by 6. Shoots the 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Washington's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Pass to Bailey. Filipowski with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Double team on Nurkic. 6 to shoot. George against Nembhard. Another miss by Utah.
Yeah, and he seems to have lost his rhythm all of a sudden. This has not been his quarter.
From deep Washington. Pass to Flag. 3-pointer. And it's Washington missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Filipowski passes to McCarry. Back to Filipowski. Here's Bailey. And here's George for 3. Nailed from three-point land. George has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Jazz. Pass to Washington. Here's Flag. He's been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game.
Well, playing his role to perfection, using his size to control the glass for his team.
Now, here's George. Now, Nurkic, covered by Gafford. Nurkic, the pass to Bailey. Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. There's always a need for shot makers in the NBA, GA, and that's what Ace Bailey brings to the floor.
Yeah, Bailey has a smooth jumper with a high release point that allows him to shoot over just about any defender. And when you pair that with his physical tools, his upside is through the roof.
And Utah making a change here. Hendricks is checked in. Najee Marshall, he's checked in for the Mavericks. It's Nembhard on the wing, defended by George. For 3. A shot by Nembhard, no good. Jazz trail by 6. Fires from deep. Hendricks can't get it to go. For Dallas, they've gone 7 for 16 the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Pass to Gafford. Yes, that goes in. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Filipowski with it, covered by Gafford. Here's McCarry. It's George on the wing. Right wing takes a 3. Rebounded by Gafford. Dallas leading by 8. Out left to the wing. Down low. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Filipowski. The Mavericks shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Utah has possession. It's a 10-point game. Outside, Markkanen. Drills it from outside. Markkanen's got 23 points.
Well, after dropping in 2 triples in the first half, he's now matched that mark here in the second half, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more of that.
55 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Collier. Outside, Markkanen. A three-pointer, no good.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
And Marshall kicks to Thompson. Fast break, here come the Jazz. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Collier.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Jazz shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Outside, Markkanen. From deep three-point land, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And we've reached the end of the third. Mavericks ahead, up by 7. From the Delta Center, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach Jason Kidd.
Defensively, keep talking, right? Keep helping each other. We get the rebound, go get it early, pick and roll.
And Jason Kidd telling them what it's going to take, all 5 guys communicating on the floor.
And calling for the early pick and roll, you can get really clean looks that way before that defense is able to kind of lock in.
Klay Thompson.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Thompson is out there with Russell. Then there's Daniel Gafford. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Marshall in at the 3. Filipowski with it, covered by Gafford. Pass to Collier. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Mavericks leading by 10. Right side Davis. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. Great awareness and effort.
Count the basket.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Thompson for the triple. Good, and the assist goes to Russell.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And so Marshall will bring it up for the Mavericks. At one point, they led by 16. Yep, that one goes.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Back to Markkanen. Launches it. The Mavericks pull it in.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of it from distance, but look, he's got to find something easier.
And Marshall kicks to Russell. Davis against Markkanen. Shot clock at 6. Dallas needs to get off a shot. There's Russell with the 3. Hendricks pulls it in. Jazz trail by 13. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Filipowski passes to Markkanen. Here's Collier. The 3. Another miss by Utah.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
The shot by Thompson, no good. Utah has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Outside, Markkanen. Pass to Sensabaugh. Jazz passing it around. Collier, no good, and they can't put an end to this drought.
Familiar results for him. He can't get anything to go.
Right here.
Russell passes to Davis. Hendricks pulls it in. Jazz trail by 13. Pass to Collier. Here's Hendricks. Beyond the arc. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis is... The Mavericks have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. The Jazz shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Here's Collier. Pass to Markkanen. Over Marshall. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down to 11, and the bucket from Markkanen.
Putting that size and the shooting ability to work. Markkanen loves putting up big numbers for his team.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Hey guys, I was able to catch the message that Jason Kidd was giving to his team. He told his guys, quote, "Do not get complacent. No coasting to the finish line here. Stay on the gas, keep the energy up, and close it out." Coach doesn't just want them to hang on to this lead. He wants them to extend it.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Here's Nembhard. Washington, that's for 2. Connects, the jumper drops. And the Mavericks lead by 13.
Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
Now Bailey. There's the triple. Christie with the rebound.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Bounce pass Nembhard. Pass to Davis. Over in the corner, Washington. Nembhard for 3. Good on the three-point shot.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here is George. Here's Mikhailuk, defended by Christie. On the wing, George. Shoots over Nembhard. Pass to Mikhailuk. And here's George for 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Davis has got rebound number 15 here tonight. Christie the pass to Nembhard. Flag with it. Davis surveying the floor. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Davis has got 4 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
It sure is. They've certainly accepted the challenge. The trick now is to sustain this effort.
Markkanen can't get it to go.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Outside, George. Out to the wing. Nurkic a screen on Christie. From deep, George. George missing again.
In the second half, it seems like they've given him the green light. Might want to rethink that.
Pass to Flag. Outside, Davis. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Davis has got 39.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Here's Markkanen. Pass to Nurkic. Here's Bailey. So, as a coach, during this long season, how do you keep your players engaged?
That's a great question, Kevin, but I got to tell you, I think it comes more to the players than the coaches. I think as a coach, you try to be consistent. You're always a little worried about fatigue. You've got to be concerned about the work and rest balance, both mentally and physically. But the players just have to be professional and get themselves ready to play on a daily basis.
Now, flag. Bounce pass, Nembhard. Davis, that's for two. It's rebounded by Mikhailuk. Mikhailuk's got 5 rebounds tonight. Markkanen passes to Nurkic. To end the drought, and Davis sends it back.
Come on now, you gotta bring it harder than that when AD is meeting you at the rim.
Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
Dallas leading by 20. Pass to Christie. High post, Davis. Shoots over Nurkic, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Davis has got 41.
Well, he's had a night. This team feeds off his energy, and every time they've needed a bucket, he's delivered.
Here's Bailey. Lets the 3 fly, and Davis pulls it down.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Markkanen passes to Bailey. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
And teams take more threes now than ever before. More than double the average attempts we saw in the 90s.
Well, I think what's happened, Kevin, is we just have more guys who can shoot the ball. So in the 90s, you might have had 2 guys who shot the ball well from 3 and made it a good shot. Now, on a lot of teams, virtually everyone on the roster can shoot the 3. If we have more guys on the floor who can space out and shoot the 3, we're going to have a lot more attempts and a lot more efficiency on those attempts.
Here's Nembhard. Right side, Davis. Clock at 6. Sinks that one from the post. Davis has got 43 points.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
Yeah, but you can't let up now. We've seen too many wild comebacks in this league.
Here's Bailey. Back to Markkanen. Pass to Mikhailuk. Now Bailey. Knocks down the 3.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Washington's outside. Nurkic against Davis. Fires from 14, and it's Dallas with another.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
Here's Bailey. Back to George. Nurkic a screen on Nembhard. George, no good.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Nembhard, the pass to Davis. A 3 ball. It's hauled in by George. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Utah. Pass to Bailey. Lets it go from deep. Drained from outside.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Mavericks.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10. And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Anthony Davis.
Well, as a coach, it's so fun to watch a player dominate the game offensively like he did in this one. It's good!
Great dish from Nurkic there. He really has a sixth sense for those reads.
Washington's outside. Flag sets a screen for Washington. For three. Cleared away by George. So it's the Jazz now. They trail by 16. Now Bailey. Here's Markkanen. Got a piece of it. Now Nembhard. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win to come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight. And says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Let's send it over to Allie LaForce. She's standing by with our player of the game.
Anthony, it was a great team victory tonight. What satisfied you most about this win?
We just played hard. We just played for each other. The ball was moving, wasn't sticking, and guys made the right plays. And that's what we've been doing all night, all season, and I'm just glad we came out with the win.
Selfless basketball is a beautiful thing, guys.
Oh, terrific job, Allie. Thank you so much. That was enjoyable. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Anthony Davis.